Hello, it's Andrew Arcana. It's been a while. All right, I am recording, just making sure of that. I have some requests to do some new videos, and the last thing I've had on order is the Garbage Pail Kids Tarot. Insight Editions, the same as Labyrinth. Minerva Siegel credited in here, the same as Labyrinth, and I think I'm going to eat some words on this one. I did not like the Labyrinth Tarot. I know people who do. I'm going to speak in its defense. People who enjoy reading with pip decks have enjoyed the Labyrinth Tarot. Two things I had an issue with, and maybe this first one won't be so bad, is it felt like the cards bent a lot the first time I used it. And that was one. The second being that if you're going to advertise it as a Waite-Smith, please don't make a pip deck. That's all. I know at least two people, I've spoken to others, who love this deck to no end. They enjoy reading with pip decks, and those two things are related. So I'm not going to completely trash this deck, but it has a different audience than what it was advertised to. That's all. These things, I got like 10 of them for $8 or something. I love these. I also don't drink alcohol, but I have an occasional bottle of ginger beer, and this can opener bit is a lifesaver. I do this instead of drinking alcohol. And this is me failing to cut cellophane with a knife while sober. So, probably figure out why I don't drink anymore. I'm not AA or anything, as long as I'm somehow struggling with cellophane. I just got very sad the last time I drank and figured maybe again when I can be a happy drunk again. Okay. Now, what I've seen of this in the Amazon reviews looked good. It looked like it was actually, well, to me, like it was a Rider-Waite-Smith deck with actual Rider-Waite-Smith imagery on the cards. I'd originally bought it as a sort of, I didn't think I was going to like it, but the more I see preview art, that Ten of Swords preview art is... Alright, I'm excited. It's really similar to that Labyrinth deck so far. Box, pull string, not as decorative in there as the stripes, but I've got this zoomed in further than usual. I am on a new laptop setup. Full magician. I'm going to kind of go through this. High Priestess corresponding with the moon, and there's the moon right there. Yes. Empress and Venus. I'm going to like pull this away. It's going to, she's holding the symbol for Venus. Okay. The Emperor and, Aries. I don't see any such thing here yet, but, Hierophant and Taurus. Okay, that would have been such... Oh, man, the silver is slightly reflective. It almost looks like a scratch-off lottery ticket in person. This is cool. The Lovers and Gemini. I don't think I'm seeing that much. And the Chariot with Cancer. Strength and Leo. My camera is in front of me. The laptop I can monitor on is that way. So, alright, so, the Wheel of Fortune in Jupiter is... Maybe one day, if I feel brave, I will show what my study journal looks like. The Hanged Man as the element of water. Death as it relates to Scorpio, but yeah, we're not really seeing Temperance as the element of oh no, it's Sagittarius, but they did get a couple things in, like the triangle on the robe. So oh man, I'm a sucker for a good devil card. I'm going to have to look at this a little bit better in person. But my friends wanted me to... I'm also a sucker for a good star card, and I'm not sure how to feel about that one. But it's a Garbage Pail Kids tarot, so I'm not disappointed if I'm disgusted by it. Judgment, the world. Yeah, illustrated court cards is, you know. This is my... The fish, okay. If I really enjoy a deck, I will put a backup in storage. The backup sits next to the decks that I put in storage because I didn't like them. And this might end up getting a backup. It's cheap enough, and Four of Cups, disappointed. Oh man, this. Five of Cups is grief. I'm kind of going through these quickly. The Seven of Cups, debauch in a Thoth style deck. A lot of choices in a Waite-Smith style. That appears to be somebody with a television for a head. And a little bit of both. Oh. Yeah, I was kind of expecting to see this as something that was, well, first of all, in some conversations elsewhere, Nine of Cups dreams come true, and there's a fly just on top of a landfill, and that fly couldn't be happier. Great. The name Minerva Siegel on a tarot deck usually means it says Rider-Waite-Smith on the box, and it's a Pip Marseille style deck on the inside with a pop culture theme. I hope that Minerva Siegel's name is attached to more decks like this. Now in this case too, I'm going to take a second. This says art by Miriam Kim and written by Minerva Siegel. So it could be that Siegel is just getting tapped to write these books. In which case, you know, they're not to blame for the artwork ever if they're only writing the books. But that name always seemed to be front and center on the Amazon store pages, and the decks were always Pip decks, love them or hate them. So I hope that Minerva Siegel gets to work with some better property or some better with decks on this level. Maybe not Garbage Pail Kids level, but I mean detailed, illustrated number cards. Cards that are bringing people incredible amounts of happiness because I want to wish people well, and I want to wish people success, and the Four of Coins. Please go into focus. What if I do something like that? No? No? There we go. Yeah, just shoving all the candy in their mouth. So I'm just kind of... I realize I'm just sort of laughing and talking. If somebody really wants to see these cards up close, you're disappointed. I'm sorry, but I'm looking at them in person, and I am not disappointed. King of Swords, Queen of Swords, Knight of Swords, and the Pompadour on the Page of Swords. That's a nice touch. There we go. The Ace of Swords has not been handling that with the most care. In true form. Aww. Oh, the Two of Swords, the moon in Libra. And she's standing on a moon. whoever did this artwork, and she has hair growing under her arms, but that's, we all grow hair, no shame. And I mean that as in somebody showed up in person. I wouldn't care. But whoever drew this just seemed to know what they were doing. And there are little nods here and there. Four of Swords is really how I would like to see this in most decks. We have the stained glass, which kind of represents that the person laying down is being looked out for. Three swords are pointed at the person, but the fourth, through mindfulness, meditation, relaxation, just an act of calm. The fourth is now at the side of this person on the card, with the implication that the other three could stop being threats and start becoming tools. It's how I learned the Four of Swords and the Waite-Smith, and I'm really kind of happy with this. That's probably a benefit of this being a Garbage Pail Kids deck. Usually there's one or two cards I just look at as like, I hate this. But that's kind of the point. Oh, God, Santa Claus is stealing. Okay. The Eight of Swords is a spider web. That's a little overdone. The Nightmare card. And the Ten of Swords as a, there's a name for that I don't like to use because it's a concept that, to my understanding, has existed in numerous cultures with a doll-like effigy being stabbed by a person who does not like. Okay. It's interesting to kind of get the history on those doll-like items. That one's almost pretty. The Ace of Wands. The Two of Wands, I don't know you'd call that a victory. Three of Wands is overthinking it. Four of Wands with, it's kind of sweet. Five of Wands, I don't know if, are those, is he in a fight with four brains? Five brains. Are those brains? Lord of Victory. Eight. That's kind of cool. Represents a few things, and all of them are things I like. The 9 is actually pretty standard. And the overburden. Alright, see if I can get that in focus. Okay. So that's one of two concerns addressed from the Labyrinth Tarot. I did not connect with the pip deck nature of it. Wow. That is, I don't know if I can reach any of my other decks. Hold on. I think I can get my favorite. Or one of my favorites. Yeah, here we go. Tarot of the Vampires. This one's been with me for 12 years. It's my go-to comfort. Kind of Thoth, kind of Waite-Smith. But I just want to do this. It's also easy to compare the colors. So far, this deck is winning. Oh, wow. These are huge. In a good way. I'm sorry. That's the deal that, oh, springy. Well, the other one felt springy until I did this a couple times, and then, everything seemed to be bent up. But, yeah, it's bending a bit. I'm not treating this any worse than I would do that Tarot of the Vampires. That one gets an occasional riffle shuffle. And honestly, I only really riffle shuffle when it's in new deck order. I may speed through this. I'm going to start to overhand shuffle. Yeah, they're not surviving any better than that Labyrinth Tarot did. Gonna be like I've got the deck split in two. Overhand shuffle both halves. See, I do try not to bend my cards up, but I gotta say this 12-year-old Llewellyn Lo Scarabeo deck has survived a little bit of abuse. And this 12-minute-old Insight Editions deck is already not doing as well as I'd hoped. Alright. So sorry, but one more. Just to get this sort of... Alright. My trusty, I am not even reading. The idea goes, you say you're reading for entertainment purposes only. I'm just reading as an example of how I would read. I don't even think this is for anybody except me. But, yeah, why not? Let's do a 5-card horseshoe spread. Just, the start is my practice spread. 3 didn't feel like enough, but you don't want to do a Celtic cross every night. So, what do I need to know for the evening? There we go. The evening and the day ahead. That's a current situation. Consider doing this next. This is an obstacle. This is an asset or something on my side. And this is a possible outcome. So, current situation, let me make sure I'm on screen, is the Page of Cups that I was just dying laughing at because the fish is jumping out of the fishbowl in the head and into the cup. Right, so that is the earthy part of water, manifestation of feelings in the material realm, maybe without the benefit of the higher thought processes, but we're still making stuff happen. The next possible step, the lovers. What am I going to do for the next 24 hours? I'm going to go to sleep after this, go to work tomorrow, and be present to moderate for Tarot Oracle's live stream. And then I'll be right back here. But the idea of division and reunification, that also makes sense. Maybe somebody's got a crush on me. Maybe my next step is to find out who. How do you do that? There's one of the great mysteries of life, huh? Well, let's see. An obstacle I'm having is the 4 of Cups. So, boredom, churning away from something good because I'm dissatisfied with what's right under my nose, as opposed to just turning my head to the side and, oh, yeah, I think I will. And we're actually reading more in depth. I would have my journal. Maybe I'll grab it anyway. Asset, something on my side. The Queen of Swords. The airy part of water. Where we can really make some intelligent plans as they associate with our feelings, if I'm going to read it as the airy part of water. Yeah, this is somebody who can, I think, take action with people in mind, not just results, although the results are part of the equation. Like, don't forget the people. That's who you want to get the results for. And a possible outcome of it all would be the Nine of Cups. My dream has come true. Well, this deck was about 100 times better than I hoped. And that's, some of that was me being cynical, but I've got to give credit where it's due. I wish it didn't bend so much when I shuffled it, but, other than that, I'm incredibly happy. This might actually get a backup that sits with my other backup decks. That'll depend. It's time to start saving for a lot of things, but this certainly is cheap enough. Who knows? Maybe it'll go on sale. I'm happy. I think they did a 90% wonderful job. Again, I don't like to see the cards start doing that first time they're shuffled, but I do not like to be that negative, but they got this one right. Hope you're all doing well out there. I'm going to, one more thing, just because, yes, I did riffle shuffle. So I pulled these out of random spots in the deck. I'm going to put them back into different random spots in the deck. And almost everything I do to handle the cards is to keep them randomized. So there's that, and as I use the deck more, and I hopefully will, I will feel less reason to indulge in that riffle shuffle. Yeah, I like it. I'm really picky about decks. Real quickly, these have gone up to $16 on Amazon, I think. Maybe even $18 now. There's a story behind this. Maybe one day I'll tell. It's my overview of the astrological signs, and this is my overview of kind of the decan chart, decans, but as more of a spreadsheet than a circle. And yes, I handwrite them. That's important to me, and I want to be able to learn. All right. I hope you all have a great day or evening, whatever it is, and I like it. It's worth it to me, easily.